the whole process with me is different now because of only one hand, and the challenges of saying all you want to say musically, because people that know my recordings of the past, you know, there are a million notes. It's very florid, very full, and for me to get the richness and to utilize the piano and to make it sing, not only sing, but like an orchestra, which is the key here. That's what we're really talking about, is the piano being an orchestra. Like the call, that first measure, da dee dee da dum. What would play? It would be like a clarinet, a single clarinet singing that would be incredibly plaintive and would be, yeah. The process of transcribing my ideas to paper, obviously I've learned to write with my left hand out of necessity. Was right-handed, but now I'm left-handed. I've learned to write Hebrew, completely of another direction, right to left. But writing manuscript notes is very difficult in a way. It was difficult for me when I had my right hand to be clean, because I do it very fast. It looks like those old manuscripts of Handel and Bach, and you know, you see, it's like, what the heck? I mean, who knows what those notes are? It is unbelievable. So I have a friend, and what I did, I asked him, his name is Wayne Abravanel. He's a wonderful musician, conductor of the Coachella Valley Symphony, and since we moved here, he has become a very important part of our life. He had technology that could get me on the right track. And what I did, I went over to Wayne's house, and what I literally played section by section into a keyboard and his computer, and he showed me the notes as they came on the computer and printed it out. So that was it. It took me maybe 2 weeks, maybe less, to write this piece, because I had the hooks, the mood, the idea, the character. I had the melody, the big tune. I knew I wanted it, but it didn't take long, and it shouldn't. For me, if I labor over something so long, I know it's not as good as it should be, or it can be. And so my best time of the day, people that really know me, is not in the morning. Forget it. I mean, my best time is from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, until 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. You know, I'm a night person. But my real creative ideas come around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I would spend an hour, you know, figuring it out, trying not to overthink it, so it had some freshness and keep it interesting. And so it didn't take that long. It was really interesting hearing at the competition all of the kids, young people playing this and seeing what they were coming up with. And it was amazing, the range of timings even. Tristan Toe, who actually won the competition, he had the longest version of my piece. It was 8.5 minutes or 9 minutes. It was so slow. It was like winter dirge. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, it was beautiful in parts, but it didn't have the surge and the romance, you know, that I wanted in there. It was an interesting concept, and I think Evan Lynn actually was probably one of the more, what shall I say, quicker interpretations. for my money, listening to, being able to hear these kids play, I could tell within 2 lines who I was going to like. It was, I mean, that doesn't mean anything on me. It's just that I could feel it. I knew where they were going to go with it, because how they were going to connect everything. You know, how they were going to sew it together. Whether they had that ability, or whether they have that interest, or whether they know how to do that. Yes. Eclectic. I would describe myself as a composer as an eclectic composer. Eclectic, using that word in the best sense, because sometimes people say that and they don't mean it in the best sense, you know. But eclectic meaning, I've always drawn from every source I can, sometimes not even knowing it, because my feeling, I mean, I've lived with myself a long time. I think that my greatest gift are my ears, and what I pick up and what I hear, because that's what brought me to music, was my ears. I heard things and then I played. Not playing, you know, and then hearing and then playing. And so, eclectic, for instance, there's elements of Rachmaninoff in this, obviously. There's elements of Ravel, Fauré. It's like, it's impressionistic. Rachmaninoff is impressionistic, for God's sake. And the other thing is to write a piece for the piano. Okay, there is a vernacular for the piano. There is a sound. There is a. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't like piano music that doesn't sound like it was written for the piano. It could be written for tin cans. I mean, some other instruments. Piano music is very specific, and I guess that makes me traditional, in a sense, and I'm proud of that. I love that, and I'm also eclectic. For instance, like the next time I write a piece for Waring, it's not, you know, it'll be totally different than this. It will probably have 2 hands. We'll see. We'll see what comes next. What kind of piece comes next. I have some ideas.